Hi guys, this week there's not been too much on my radar, and the last couple of weeks I've got a bit swept back into trading day one setups, which are really not my setups. Some of them I trade well, but overall I lose more than I do win on them. So been doing that, and then Friday came and 4 of my speciality setups, which is Spurs Green Day Bounce, that's what I'm most comfortable with. 4 of those came up on one day, so it was just another reminder that I really don't need to waste my time trading day ones that I'm not comfortable with. I just need to have the patience to wait for my setups, because they will come. So on Friday I did trade one of the first Green Day bounces for a 31% gain, so really happy with that. I'm going to go into the chart. So the ticker was GNPX. This is the daily chart over here, and it's a low float stock, and it's day one here. It's gapped up, high volume down here, and it went from about 25 cents up to highs of around 110. So it was up about 340% from its previous day's close to its day one highs. And it did significant volume, which was really key on this one. So 930 million volume is very high and something to keep watch on. And then I'm looking to play this for a bounce. So when a stock's had a big run, you've got a pullback, and then looking to see where it can bounce from. So that's its day one. Day two, I've got the nice pullback that I'm looking for, and a nice drop off in volume as well. So from 900 mil down to 56 mil in volume, which is important. So I'm looking to play it for a bounce on this day here. So if I go to the intraday chart, go on the 5-minute time scale. So this is the day one here. And then can see it's pulled back on day two, and it seems to be basing around this 41 cents area. And it's also, if we do go back to its day one after hours the day before, you can see it does have some resistance there. So it's kind of nice to have another area to cross-reference why it might choose to base here. Previous resistance now becoming support. So I'm looking at this on its, let's go to the 1 minute now. Yeah, so day two is basing there, and ideally I would have wanted it to hold there for the next day, so I can use that as my risk. But can see after hours on its day two, it broke that ever so slightly. And then pre-market the next day, I'm watching it very early actually, and I'm looking to get in. And I did make the mistake of trading this a bit too early, and I broke my rule of trying not to trade these before 4:30 in the morning. Because I kind of want to let it play out a bit to see what it's doing, but I didn't, because I knew it was such a premium setup. I just got impatient and I just went in straight away and risked off this area here. And I did size up for this one. If you follow the channel, you know I'm trading with a $300 account, so sizing up for me is like $100 at the time, at the moment. So that's what I put on, about $90 on this, and I got in around 42.62. Was my entry price, somewhere around there. And then risking off this area, which we can see it broke, so I had to cut the trade. And it's not unusual to see these things break the risk. It happens quite a lot, and then they reclaim, and that's a really positive sign that it's going to bounce. So I was definitely looking for a re-entry on this, and I saw it break down here, and I took an entry on the breakdown, and I got in at 41.02, so about 41. And I just took half size now, because I wasn't sure if this was going to crack further before trying to climb back up. I felt like it was going to try and reclaim, but I didn't know how far this crack would go. So I sized down And then which is a shame because I really wanted to put full size on this one. Then I saw it try to reclaim yesterday's low of day, which is here. You can see it's trying to reclaim it here. And when I saw that, I should have added more and perhaps risked off. I do struggle with where you risk off if you're going to take it up here, but perhaps I should have risked off here. And got full size on it again, but I didn't. So that is something for me to make note of, that if it's a premium setup, I shouldn't let the first cut influence how much size I'm going to put on my next entry. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that I didn't put full size on that, but anyway. So I'm in the trade from 41, so really nice entry, and then can see here pre-market is starting to move upwards nicely and push past the the previous day's close. So it's going past that red-green level. So PTs were 55, almost 60, and then 65, which you can see it kind of almost went to my final PT. So I took off just pieces along the way. My best sell was at 62. And then can see here, pretty scary really, it had this massive crack and I had to cut here somewhere. I just cut straight away when I saw that big dump. And luckily I was mostly all out. I'd already locked in. But what happened was the company announced that they were going to do a reverse split, which isn't good news. So the stock just tanked basically. So it's pretty scary place to be, especially if you're on like larger size and you don't have stops in place pre-market. So, you really have to cut that trade as quick as you can. Otherwise, you're sitting on a massive loss there. So luckily I was all out. Most of it was out here, and then I cut the rest as it was dumping here. So managed to take a 31% gain. So really happy with that. Would have liked it to be a little bit more, but when this kind of thing happens, just gotta be thankful that actually you managed to take a profit on it, which I am. So yeah, that's the trade, GNPX, and that's a first green day bounce. So for the rest of October, I plan to continue to trade with my $300 account and to cut out any day one trades again. I have done that in the past, but I slipped back into old habits, so I really need to iron that out and make sure my discipline is in place. Because that's where the majority of my overtrading lies with day ones. So I'm going to cut that out, and then from November, hopefully, I'm thinking to size up to $1,000 or a $2,000 account so I can start playing with some bigger size. And I'm hoping that trading with a bit more meaningful size will help me to cut out any of the nonsense trades I shouldn't be taking, because I can take it a bit more seriously. Even though I do take it pretty serious, it's easy just to kind of take a quick trade here and there just because it's only losing a couple of dollars. So I do want to size up a bit, and I have got my setups that I'm comfortable with. So yeah, also it'll be nice to get some more meaningful profit and reward out of these trades. So instead of taking like a $20, $30 gain, maybe I can move that up to a $60 to $90 profit. And then obviously that is not the end game, but that's the next stage for me. And then if that goes well and I can hit consistency, hopefully next year I can start sizing up and playing with even larger size and continue to increase. So let's see how it goes, and cheers for watching.